Well, good evening to one and all who like your games, especially random. Welcome to another edition of the Final Fantasy I Randomizer Spring Tournament. Tonight, we have a 2-1 matchup between Sforzando and Tyerenex. I am Trenton, joined tonight by Minochi.
Hello, guys. How you guys all doing?
While we wait for them to respond in chat, hopefully also thanks to Ryu for being our restreamer and Slick for being our tracker tonight. We'll get these two off to the races very shortly, but just mention again, this is a battle of the 2-1s. This is about the closest matchup as the Swiss could give you. They're ranked 15th and 17th in the SRL standings. They got the same record. They've even had one opponent in the same Fuchsia Fantasy in these Swiss rounds, so obviously Fuchsia put up wins against both of them. He's undefeated. Forced Fighter.
Right.
Exit and Viz 2. That's pretty nice. Zap is our blessed black magic spell. That ain't a lot.
I mean, Zap and Stun is not too bad.
Zap will get you through the early game, but I mean, I'm hoping for something better at black magic.
I mean, I'll take it.
They'll not just carry the early game.
I mean, Zap plus Stun is pretty good for black mages. Like, too bad Stun on a single target, but it's good enough. Well, at least tents and house are cheap, though.
Good price on those. I like having a couple of those to take away for Temple of Fiends, because like you got this nice run. Tyerenex throws down the save exactly like I like to do, and then you can check these chests with very low risk. You got the ship in the box.
Oh boy.
That could mean this is a ship required seat. It doesn't automatically mean that, though.
Hey, the game changers.
Orbital Sword's a big early pickup.
Whoa.
When you see that ship early, it is cause for a little bit of concern that you're on a ship required seed. But on the other hand, it means you got a lot of options now.
Yeah. That ships really scare me though, because most of the time, if they give you early, the TNT might be really required. Or else they wouldn't put it there. Well, that's what I think.
And the crown. So where are you gonna go sailing to on your new ship?
Well, I'm gonna visit the pirate with some Zap. Where else would you go? The next 3 years incentivized item spot would be the pirates and level 2
That's
spells.
the next incentive item. You could go to Elfland first and check the magic spells. But you need enough money to actually make a difference on that. I could see where you wouldn't really have a lot. Unless you sold Vorpal.
It could be an option. I like that option too. It still depends on if I get nuke or not, though. If I get nuke, I might sell the Vorpal just so I have enough money to like buy all the stuff I need.
Actually, you bring up, you make me think of an interesting point, which is, considering where the ship was, the travel is so much easier. I think this seat is a lot more prone to re-rolling the party if the magic dictates it.
That's true. I didn't think of that.
Lit 2.
If this is Fate, I really think remaking a party is good. Oh, it is Fate.
Drop the black mage, get another red mage in there. The seed is telling you.
That's true.
Fuchsia says 3-minute loss, though. I couldn't entirely argue with you, but I mean, Fuchsia's undefeated, but I think that extra fade would make up 3 minutes over the course of a seed.
It could. Might be as well more. But then you're not guaranteed to have fast and tempered, though. That's
This
the black
is
mage.
true. You're not guaranteed to have them be useful anyways, though.
Well, if you carry them up until level 21, that's the floater. Jeez. Hello. Wait. So that means they have the TNT is required. They don't have the canoe.
Let's see. Canoe could not be the merchant item, so
Yep. It's TNT required. Hello, Marsh.
we still have lazy dwarfs to check for.
2 chests versus many more? Come on. Come on. Oh, and we also have the crown as well. Next, Sotoborpo. Feels bad, man.
So these runners are in pretty good pace with each other, not more than a minute or two in between them.
Yeah,
The upside of selling it, though, money for spells, and you're about to see 25% of the magic in the game in these shops here.
Yep.
So, biggest things we haven't seen yet are the utility spells, if you will. Life, Fast, Temper. We've got Invis, too. Unrunnable Ogres and Creeps.
Well, it's not too bad if you got Fade.
Quad X at level 3. That's a good spell for the Black Mage, and otherwise not that great seed. I mean, 3 levels, and I call Quad X the best we've seen. Cure 4, Life. Oh man, this is a Red Mage seed.
I don't think Cure 4 was available for Red Mage.
Would be on class change, wouldn't it?
No, not on the second slot.
That's third. That could be one. It's happened before. There's Nuke at level 4. Red Mage has learned that anyways. Fast at level 4. Tail is our merchant item. $32,000 and change, if I read that right.
Yeah, that is right. 32k.
Alright, so we still know that this TNT is going to be required. Now, we don't know where it is. The advantage of what Sforzando is doing is it opens up the crown chests. And, oh my goodness, I just thought of a way that could be a huge advantage. What if, Minochi, the TNT is crown-locked marsh?
That's nasty.
So scary you don't even want to react to it?
Yep. Because I wouldn't think of it like that. I just hope the TNT is early.
And now Tyerenex has gone for the crown chain instead of diving straight to marsh.
Yeah, this is usually the right place because you're gonna check the crown chest anyway, with or without the floaters. So might as well do this first before diving in marsh, which could be a total waste of time.
It also means you only have to go to marsh once, even if it's required. You'll be able to get to everything.
That's true, but those 3 chests is like they don't exist. It's like out of all the game I play, I have like checked it only like twice or so.
You know what I didn't notice till just now? Tyerenex has to sweat the exit boss. It is spot 1. Oh my.
Oh.
It's possible, Minochi.
It might be required. A canoe might be at sorta. Come on, do it.
So what we're talking about is there is possibility this is a ruby required seed. It's a low % chance, but hey, ship required is already a low % chance, so why not? The early game's actually been pretty friendly to them.
Yeah, with the price of 10s up 12 and the first to the encounters a free walk, so yeah, the players are using it pretty well.
Wolves have sleep, but not too much of a hold-up. So back to the exit boss. You want to explain what I'm actually talking about?
Usually the players buy the spell list, the exits on the first spell charts. I mean the spells on the list. So if they accidentally cast it, like while in boss fights or trying to heal off, that could cost them like 5 minutes plus, which is pretty bad.
Yeah, the scary idea is that you're going to be in a dungeon, nearly done, and then accidentally throw the exit boss. Question in chat, how long is one of these runs on average? Out of the Swiss flags, we're often done in under an hour and a half. It can take up to 2 hours if it's on the badder side. I don't know what I'm looking for there.
A troll seed.
Oh, there we go.
So the PP so far in, and then the slowest so far was 3 hours, but then that's like a really trolling seed, so it's very.
I think Sforzando hit the wrong trap tile. He may have been looking for the mummies there. And there's the TNT. So it was key required.
Now all we hope for now is the ruby is required.
Alright, that brings up an interesting question. Do you check that? Theoretically, it's easier to check it now than it is... Well, we don't have the canoe. You could check the sages for the canoe first, but then if they don't have it and it's all the way back at Sarda...
I mean, with the encounter table like this, checking Sarda is not too bad, and the tents only cost like 12 gold, so I don't think it's a bad idea to check Sarda at all.
So to set the stage, what we're looking for right now, our next progression item has to be the canoe, because we can't get to the volcano, the ice cave, or the airship without it. We also could not go to Anrak or the waterfall without it, even though they have a ship dock. So either canoe is going to be with Sarda or the sages. Pretty sure that's set in stone at this point.
Yep, because you can't really go to Anrak even if because you already saw the tails in the shop, so, and canoe cannot be in the shop anyway, so it's pretty set in stone, really.
The ship didn't come from one of the NPCs, so it didn't shuffle one of the incentive items out of the pool. But you know, right now these runners pretty even, although Tyerenex has decided to check Temple of Fiends for treasures. Sforzando finds a light axe, which is a very nice pickup right now.
Pretty interesting why Tyerenex choose to pick up this 3 chests.
Ooh, big rewards here in Dwarf. Power Gauntlet, Ice Armor so far, Pro Ring. This room just keeps on giving. 2 Pro Rings. What a room!
Yeah, that's pretty big. Oh, he forgot to return the TNT.
Trivial details. I did not see what Tyerenex picked up.
All he
I
got
know it
was a
wasn't
Pro
Power
Cape.
Gauntlet.
Just a Pro Cape.
Okay.
That's
Yeah,
it.
you know what? There's only 2 of them in the game. Getting one of them's not bad.
Yeah, I mean, extra defense is never bad on a White Mage.
Alright, Sforzando's gonna dip into Melmond here. No, forget Melmond. He just wants to go to Sarda. I can't imagine this is an Earth Cape. Now he's going right to the Titan. So we've got a 50% chance of Canoe being here. At least as best we figure right now. Nothing to speak of in the treasures there. Question in chat, where the class is chosen. They had one forced class tonight, and that was the fighter.
Oh boy, Tyerenex didn't pick up the TNT from the Northwest Castle.
Ooh, that's a big difference right now. But I gotta figure he's gonna get there. And there's the loot. Thanks, Sarda.
Oh, ripped my dream. I was hoping it'd be Canoe.
So this means that Canoe is gonna be vanilla. It's gonna be at the Circle of Sages. And apparently tigers are turning this party to stone. And just outright killing them when they're not.
Wow, that was close.
Still bad shape for Sforzando. He's gonna have to go back to Crescent Lake to get some softs.
I mean, Crescent Lake may not have soft.
Crescent Lake, not Crescent Lake, Corneria. Corneria is always gonna have softs.
Yep.
Yo, I did kind of get interrupted in my explanation there. Fighter was forced, but everybody has been taking fighters in the Swiss flags, so that's not really that much of a burden for them. Or he could not go back for softs. I don't know what he's thinking there.
He might gamble. It's in Crescent Lake.
Well, you see the elf item shop, so you know it's not there. You know it's not Provoca. But there's still 3 other item shops aside from this that softs could be at. So you're taking a 25% gamble instead of 100% that it's at Corneria. However, he's got to get the airship, so I guess there's that part to be said there. And there's TNT for Tyerenex. Yeah, and it was not for sale here. There'll be 2 shops in any game that sell softs because that's how it was in vanilla. There were 2 of them that sell softs, and they're shuffled. But one of them is guaranteed to be Corneria. That way, status effects don't soft lock your seed. So otherwise, there's only one shop selling the softs. We saw Ice 3 for sale there, but pretty expensive. There's our Canoe.
Well, so much for a randomizer game. That was vanilla. I mean, not so randomized game.
Yeah, but obviously we can't fault Sforzando for the play of checking Sarda first, because having to go all the way back there on a 50% chance would have felt really bad.
Yeah, you have to make the play to Zarda on that time, or it's just the trip back just wastes, like, you know, you lose around 2 or 3 minutes. Not so good.
So this was not a Ruby required seat, but it was ship TNT required.
Hooray! The Tyerenex drop by the hooray guy and talk to him.
And he'll kindly hand over a canal. So one of the things that is going on in these flags is the NPC items are shuffled to a point. So if there are the first NPC to give you an item, such as the king or the princess, whatever item they give you is randomized from the incentive pool. If it's a second or third NPC in the chain, what they're giving you in the Swiss flags stays the same. Life 2 at level 5. Not red mage learnable. So Narek is always going to give you the canal in exchange for the TNT. If you have to turn in an item to them, whatever they give you is staying the same. That's according to the flags we're playing with in the Swiss rounds. The bracket rounds, we get pure chaos. With no sighting of the tail yet, Minochi, where do you think Sforzando goes next?
The tail was in a shop. I would have pulled out back, like grabbed some money.
Yeah, you're right. It was at Elfland. It's right there on my list. I just didn't look at it before I said that. Found all 3 pro rings. That'll save you some money.
I mean, we saw pro rings for pretty cheap. I think it's around 4K. So, not too much money saved. Unless, like, gold.
Well, hey, that's still 3K less that he has to spend. Or 12,000. Yeah, 3 times 4. Don't do math while live on Twitch.
Gotcha.
Tyerenex gonna feed the Titan. Titan fans will be quite happy. The poor starving Titan who gets ignored and neglected in so many seeds, and he gets fed twice.
I mean, as he should be. What kind of Titan eats Ruby? Come on. I'd rather keep it and sell it for money.
This was kind of going to be the first chance to see the difference in the routing between these 2 runners so far. Tyerenex is going to get to Sarda at 21:30. This is going to be 6 minutes behind when Sforzando picked up his loot. Sforzando went back to Elfland? Why didn't he class change first?
He didn't have enough money to buy the tail. So he went to Zardia Island to pick up 32K.
That's a very good reason. I need 2 monitors, apparently, so I can look at more than one thing. Let that be a lesson to me.
Who need 2 monitors when you have like 1?
So what advantages does Sforzando have by doing class change now?
The sooner the better. He get more spell charges as he reach like higher level fighter, and he can come back to like Elfland and Povoka and pick up some spells there too for his knight.
Also, any high level gear he finds, he can go ahead and stick it on, so that can be quite good early on. Not going to Volcano? Or does he want spells first?
I think he's picking up life.
I can't argue with that. We really haven't done a lot of combat yet. Only level 6 at this point.
Well, yeah, because the first step is so good, they tend to just drop a lot of tents and just go. I don't blame them though, it's really good on save time, so.
Do you think we're equipped enough for this volcano art? Is the party going to be durable enough at level 6?
I mean, Fade is level 2. It's not that bad. And the Red Mage can have Fade on level 2, so.
Sforzando didn't sell the Vorpal, did he? No, he did not. He just hadn't equipped it.
Alright, at least one guy is agree with me here. Vorpal is a really good sword.
It's a reasonable sword. It's like 3rd, 4th, something like that.
I probably rank it 3rd.
Well, katana is the one that's so oft forgotten because people don't think in terms of ninjas.
Well, who use thieves nowadays?
Is Sforzando gonna take this fight? It's probably about as much experience as you're gonna get from an encounter in Volcano.
I think he's just trying to spam. He got exit, so spam all his exit up a house, come back in.
Yeah, he might also be checking all these treasure chests up here that we didn't see yet. There's a couple out of the way ones, which are often skipped under these flags. But if he's going up there using the spells to clear everything out, get experience, makes a lot of sense. And Tyerenex gonna make the same play. Speaking of feeds,
They're alright. Not the greatest EXP ever, but good enough early on. Oh, he just picked up Bane Sword. Wow. I hope Sforzando picked that up too. I just want to see Bane Chaos or Bane Kraken.
Sforzando didn't go up to that second chest, I don't think. I think he only got the free one. So what I'm referring to is if you walk along the wall where a door is, there's going to be no encounters. Sforzando went to that first treasure chest where there's no encounters, and now he's going to go to the ice cave.
Interesting choice. Does they have warp?
Do a lot of damage with warp.
I mean, you do save a lot of time with warp and exit.
He nopes out of that first encounter.
Oh, nice Fire 3 with Gear 3. I mean, Fire Elemental.
That could be a pain early, but you're also probably glad something else doesn't have it. Well, if you're going to be in the ice cave, I don't know what encounter he's looking for because he's noping out of all of them.
Question in chat, have we seen warp? I did not. So, he might have warp that I just overlook or something, maybe. But I didn't see it.
We've been to 5 levels worth of shops, so it's possible he has it and we just didn't notice it along the way. But he does have exits, so he still can cut a decent chunk off this dungeon. Do you like Sforzando's play to come here at this level, or would you rather say done Volcano got into a higher level first?
I would have tried to go Volcano first. Like, finish it off, and then think about my option. This is probably the last step I'll do if I see warp at levels and wait for it.
Take the mage encounter. You should making the point would have liked an ordeal play better. I think there's a lot to justify that. Although without warp, it's a little less friendly to go ordeals.
I mean, ordeal is less friendlier without warp, but then again, you have a lot of counter with EXP rich there, so balanced out. While if you go to the ice cave, the EXP not nice. Time counters are horrible most of the time. So Ordeal is a much better play in this case.
He does have that light axe though, so if he's undead, he's got extra harm AoE.
I mean, you can say the same for
Yeah, the same applies for Ordeal as well when you got the Zombuls and the Zombie Dragon. Tyerenex is making the decision to go deeper in the volcano, so a little route divergence, always nice to see. Agamas have more than 300 HP, that ain't fun. Took a Quad X and just laughed. You know who didn't laugh is Sforzando taking a blaze for this encounter, which is unrunnable.
yeah, as I said, I really hate Ice Cave. A bias for me for sure, because it tends to have really something terrible in there, always.
He's got life, but only one charge left. Or 2 charges. Okay, was able to get it on the red mage too. There's one good thing you can say about Ice Cave, though. Doesn't have vampires.
But vampires are so good in EXP, man. What's wrong with
Opal Shield for Tyerenex, who can't use it yet because he didn't class change yet. He found the other Opal Shield, too.
Well, he don't have enough money. Go on a volcano first, probably what he's doing for money in the first place. So you can buy that tail and go up to Zardia Island and save some times on double dipping to Zardia Island twice. Which is a small time save, but a time save nonetheless.
Heal Helmet an option for Sforzando's Knight. Opts to take the Frost Wolf encounters. I guess it was the Frost Giant who had Blaze. Otherwise, I sure would not take that encounter. The biggest thing about having Exit in the bank, though, is Sforzando does not have to fight his way out of here. Once he gets the treasure from the eye, he can cast Exit anytime.
Yeah, but I think he might be able to, like... He's gonna try to level up on the eye for a bit, I think. Like, take a couple of fights there and then exit out. Pretty good idea, too. And hopefully he'll find, like, a ribbon in here, too.
Got the Vorpals, so usually it's that good fighter weapon is the difference in a eye grind being viable versus not. So he's got the weapon if he's got enough levels to do damage with it. The dream is that your knight can one-shot the eye. Might be a little much to ask at first.
Not with a Vorpal, unless it crit. Or you can just quad X it. Just like that.
6 one, half dozen the other. It's a slab.
Not too bad.
And meanwhile, Tyerenex is going to work on lighting our first orb. Paper, just absolutely paper. Carries down.
And we got our first Orplet for Tyerenex.
33 minutes in. Now, Tyerenex goes to the Ice Cave, a little bit higher leveled.
I say it's still not a good idea.
But now I think you're being paranoid. You're in the area, you've got the spell charges.
I told you, I'm really biased against Ice Cave. I hate it. Compared to the seed I got yesterday, I hate Ice Cave a lot more now than usual.
If I were guessing what you would have done in this seed, I'm guessing you would have gone to Ordeal first, then Volcano, then Ice.
Ordeal first, yes, and then return the bottle, go straight to the mermaid, because I got exit, and then do Kraken.
Alright, fair enough. Then you'd be at a lot higher level for that.
Yeah, and I might have level 6 charge of warp, maybe, and I could skip Ice Cape totally with just the warp and exit. That would have been my choice, usually, I think.
Heal 3 at level 5. And Red Wizard learns life too. So, I said it at the start. The seed was telling you this was a double Red Mage one.
Well, you always need 2 hats, so I'm
You
afraid.
didn't need no Black Mage.
I know, right? This fast at level 4 too, as well.
The only thing he's going to have for you at this point could be Temper, but we found the Power Gauntlet. This was a double Red Mage seed.
Nice break with first cast of Frost.
You know, it's not
Nothing.
that damaging by itself, but when you're sitting through 6 of them... Cure 4. But feels bad being out life charges. Okay. Thanks, game. You're giving me nightmare flashbacks.
Yeah, and this is why I hate Ice Cape.
Last race I did, those races had nuke. So
I think you
imagine
had them,
instead of them casting Frost, dropping nuke on you, and that's what my nightmare flashbacks are to.
I think you had them twice in a row, both with nukes. If I remember right.
Yeah, I basically had this encounter table. It looked a lot like this. I spent 20 minutes trying to route them out of my walk through here to get the floater, and I couldn't do it.
I don't think you can anymore.
The formations and stuff are shuffled. There's more encounters. So, no, I tried for 20 minutes and could not move the encounter off the floor. So there was no way in that particular seed.
Yeah, they must have brought the really common 1 and 3 or something. Just appearing.
Alright, Sforzando is gonna go to the Toga party and see about picking up a chime.
Wait, did you just say party?
Yeah.
Where's the party? I want to go.
Fame.
Oh,
You just have to
don't
learn to speak Lupa first, or they won't invite you.
and I don't have a toga. Ah, I feel so left out, man.
Well, enough hit points to survive 2 frosts, but these undead have done a number on Tyerenex, which is kind of ironic after I had just said he had more levels. But he survives, other than the Black Mage. We don't need no Black Mage.
Yeah, we do. We need him for fast and nuke.
No, we could have had another Red Mage for that.
What about tempered level 7?
That's gonna be Black Mage only, I think. Or Black Wizard only. But,
I think so. It's Black Wizard only.
we got Power Gauntlet.
But that's a way to turn. You want to see a nuke turn from the enemy or what? Cast per Black Mage, right? I mean, think about it. If you cast a turn of Power Bomb, the enemy, which is worse?
Well, I mean, I'm thinking that the Black Mage is going to have one of those, so it's only against Chaos. I'd only cast one, maybe two of those before he'd be out of charges, and then what are the odds he survived 2 turns anyways? So it might be one cast of Temper against Chaos.
While Tyerenex choose to like nope out ice, which first like going there was a bad idea already. No, so he lost like 5 minutes plus.
What I don't mind about that, though, is if you're going to make that decision, you need to make it quickly. The last thing you want to do is throw a bunch of time in there when you have other options. And he does right now. He can turn in the bottle, he can go to Sea Shrine, he can get Waterfall, he can get to Castle Ordeals. He's got options. It's when you don't have options that you're just stuck.
Yeah, having no options is bad, especially if it's like Force Ice Cave.
It is required. It's just going to be easier later on, because the more levels you have, the more magic defense you have, and you might get a ribbon. The Oxyale for Tyerenex.
So what would your next move be for Tyerenex? Would you go to the
I don't know why he's not doing Ordeal already. I would be it to me.
Yeah, well, Ordeal and
actually, I take that back. He didn't class change. He did doing class change first, but I think I would have already done the class change and then from the bottle turn and gone to Ordeal.
Yeah, I might really consider the options of doing a Sea Shrine first, going to Mermaid because you got exit, hoping for a ribbon to be there.
Or more than one ribbon at this point. He's seen a lot of treasure from Volcano and Ice Cave. It's just, right now, I haven't had a chance to compare splits, if you will, to anything in a while. But last time we did, it was a 6-minute deficit for Tyerenex at the Sages. But Sforzando getting out of the Ice Cave first is a big difference right now, having the slab.
Yeah, I would say he's around 10 minutes.
And if this is the Chime, that really opens up options. Or no, not Chime,
the Cube. Yeah.
That was close.
They're both required for Sky Castle.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Alright, here comes class change for Tyerenex. Don't you wish you had that Vorpal Sword now? Well, at first I was wondering what encounters Sforzando was looking for in the Ice Cave when he kept resetting, but he ended up finding a pattern that worked out. And right now, that's a pretty big difference between these two.
Yeah, I think he saw Frost going to the encounter. Smart move by Sforzando.
So now looking at it from Tyerenex's perspective, you know that's a horrible dungeon, but you can't take for granted that your opponent didn't finish it either. So, do you start to feel behind now?
I would, because that cost me 5 minutes of no progression at all, and I hit the wall. So, yep, I would feel Tyerenex think he's behind right now.
Does that make you more inclined to check treasures looking for something to give you an advantage, or less inclined thinking, I've got to make up some time, let's just go past stuff? Here's our rod.
With this like Swiss flags, I think I'm more inclined to check more. Bro. Because with the with this both player of this caliber, I don't think you can make up times by pure execution alone. So it's better if you hope for like a really bad TOR bar and catch up with more equipment wise stack up. It's much better that way than catch up by skipping chests and then get wiped in TOR bar, which should be a lot worse.
That's some pretty good routing from Sforzando. After the Castle Ordeals, he's able to go north, and that brings him right back to the volcano. So he's going to beeline this to carry, maybe check some treasure, but pretty quick through here, I would imagine.
I would have done C and then get the.
This was so fast to get to, though. He just had to fly.
Yeah, but then then you have to U-turn later for the waterfall plus the sea shrine, and then you have to come back to Earth later.
Well, he's got the rod. He could do Earth now.
Yeah, but then Earth is so bad with low levels. You don't gain much bonus, and the chests are so far away. It's not a good chest per minute play. That's what I'm thinking of.
I don't think he'll check chests, if I had to guess. Question in chat, is there a party at Monos? Yes, but you have to wear a toga. Alright, so Sando is checking the treasure chest here at Volcano. Or at least the ones with a lot of treasure. Can't imagine he's going to spend too much time. Ooh, the Mancats had Fire 3. And Tyerenex is, again, seeing a little bit worse from the encounter table than Sforzando saw.
Was it the man cat or the cat man cat fighter 3?
The green ones.
So that's the man cat. So you will see those inside like 4th floor. Sky. I hope you take that.
Oh, and apparently one of the mummy variety casts stone. Or creates stone. Stone touch is what I'm trying to say. That is something we definitely did not see. Well, that might steer you away from the Earth Cave.
I think you only see the mummies on 1 or 2 floor of Earth. That bad.
And there's the rod for Tyerenex. So that ends up only being 3 minutes apart between the two runners. But the biggest difference right now, Sforzando's got the ice cave item, which was the slab, and as of yet, Tyerenex does not. Curious if he tries to force any levels off these zombie dragons.
Not after what they did to him. Stun touch plus a whole bunch of HP. He exited out right away. Good call. Did you notice that they have wall or not?
I don't think we've seen wall.
Yeah, definitely they need like at least one rip.
Red Giants with Ice 2. Not the most thematically appropriate randomization that's ever happened. Is his party name supposed to be Don't Talk About Files?
I don't think so. It's just, what is PLFS?
That's what I was wondering, if that's short for files.
It might be.
Like, why are we throwing shade at files here, though?
Yeah, we might have to ask them later.
Meanwhile, Tyerenex has gone to the waterfalls, so again a little route divergence. We're getting slim on possible options here, though. In fact, this is our last incentive location, so it's our last item. It's got to be the cube.
Yeah, it has to be the cube. 100%. So the CP go to Earth. He is. He's gonna go mode Earth, I guess. Like some micro mode.
First floor with that walk?
Yes, I would, because it's free.
Could do it at the end either, as well. Maybe you go to the one treasure room. There was out of bounds bat. Quick flash, but he was there.
I haven't seen an out of bounds bat for a while.
Well, it was there, but if you blinked, you missed it.
I blinked. Sorry.
Shame. Shame.
Adamant on it for
Good thing you picked up that chest. So far without the Masamune, that's going to be our... I would use Excalibur against everything but Chaos. Chaos I would switch back to War.
I would agree. Maybe not against Tiamat too. Sometimes I absorb, but otherwise, I agree with you.
But with the combination, I feel pretty good about this seed. I'm not going to feel like I need Masamune.
Oh, that's for sure. Hopefully he'll find ribbons. It will be a go mode after that.
So Tyerenex is the first to get to the robot and pick up the cube. Because then at the 50-minute mark, he'll have that advantage on Sforzando, but he's also going to have to cover all the same ground that Sforzando already has. Might do it faster by not checking treasure chests, but considering he trashed the Warple, he really needs something else.
Yeah, I think he'll have collage. Like, I hope he find like.
What even does his knight have equipped right now, actually?
Opal shield and ice armor.
I meant the weapon.
A nice sword.
Okay. Not ideal, but you do have power gauntlets, so maybe you're a little more flexible on weapons. As long as you can live, power gauntlet can make a beast out of anything.
Well, if you want to leave, like, wall plus so still missing those. That's not gonna work if he don't find any of those.
Yeah, definitely desperate need of that ribbon, or perhaps say Dragon Armor Aegis Shield would make things better. It wouldn't be a ribbon, but it would be better. Tyerenex skipping the mermaids, going straight to Kraken side. You gotta figure Sforzando's going to this treasure room, and he is.
Yeah, he kind of have to because he don't have a ribbon at all. And these chests are pretty much free, and there's 5 of them.
Okay, this triggers me every time I see somebody do it. 2 floors ago for Tyerenex, you're walking up that hall that has the double bend in it, and everybody walks all the way over to the right and skips that free encounter-free tile in front of the door. Hey, there's a ribbon.
That's pretty convenient for Sforzando. Thinks he might be in go mode if he feels comfortable with what equipment he have.
It's a pretty nice setup. You sure wouldn't mind another ribbon, but
I mean,
maybe you spend that time looking in a different spot, like say in first floor Mirage or the 6 chest room at Sky Castle.
No, I think I would be go mode too, because I have, so not so bad if you rush everything now and just.
I wouldn't think Sforzando feels behind, though. I mean, obviously you respect your opponent, but he hasn't wiped. He didn't have to leave that ice cave like happened to Tyerenex.
Yeah, but in Sforzando's shoes, I would think not ahead, but like I'm not behind. Like I feels good.
And a peek into the Sharknado room. Not much. About 5,000 gold, if that. Yeah, seafood platter party is giving him business, though. That's gonna make a return of appearance at Temple of Beans. And Sforzando's going after orb number 1 for him. No, I'm sorry, he did get carry.
Yeah, that's number 2.
I just forgot to write down when he did it. But at 55 minutes, he takes care of the Fiend of Earth and restores his second orb as Tyerenex is going to try and leash the Kraken, but no Brack feels bad, man.
Well, he does have Bane Sword and Bane. Should have tried that.
Not from the Rat Mage, you won't. Oh, Brack's at level 4. Brack, Nuke. Honestly, here I would go Brack.
I am huge on the Brack strats against Kraken. Agreed.
Yeah, you've won me over on that. 56 minutes, it'll be Fiend number 2 down for Tyerenex. About a minute apart since Sforzando got his second orb.
I wonder if he would check the mermaid. Nope.
No, I gotta assume you would do that first, because if you're hoping for anything like Masamune Ribbons, you want it to give you that advantage against Kraken. Gonna go to Earth Cave, so at this point, I'm thinking Tyerenex has to be searching for treasure still, and probably gonna get the same things Sforzando did.
Yeah, I think he's gonna check the same chest as Sforzando. And I think he's gonna save Sky for last and hope Sky will pay out with the items he need.
So, just to recap again, this is a battle of the 2-1s in the Swiss round with Sforzando versus Tyerenex. They've not had the easiest of paths to get here, both of them facing the 4-0 Fuchsia Fantasy. Tyerenex's schedule to get here has a combined record of 6-4. Sforzando's has a combined record of 7-4. They're ranked 15th and 17th in the SRL standings, and they're both 2-1 in this tournament. If you were going to draw up what looks like an even battle on paper, this sure looks like one.
Yeah, and I'm pretty surprised they both lose to Fuchsia.
So a recap of what was where as we're coming up on the 1 hour mark. The merchant item was the tail that was for sale in Elfland. Early game, the king handed over the bottle, the princess had the crown, pirates had the floater, the ice cave yielded the slab, which Sforzando has, and Tyerenex was not able to get as of yet. Castle Ordeals gave us the rod, the Circle of Sages had the canoe, Sarda gave us the loot, and the robot here in the waterfall has the cube. So after Tyerenex finishes here in the Earth Cave, he still has Ice Cave to do. Does he do that next, or does he continue the dungeon? The Orb Dungeon path?
He can't, because he don't have the slab. He has to go the ice cave after that.
Oh sure, spoil my hypothetical question. Trying to explore the options, and you just gotta shoot me down.
I'm sorry, man.
Oh, he reset.
Oh no, he accidentally reset. Oh boy.
I'm gonna take a guess at what happened there. The game, thanks to the randomizer, we've mapped it to be a lot like Zelda 1, where the second controller, up and A, will do a simulated reset of the game. It'll take you back to the start of the encounter table. That was a change we implemented for console players so that they wouldn't be disadvantaged, at least not as much. So it makes it a lot faster to reset the game to the start of the encounter table. I'm guessing the way Tyerenex had that mapped, he ended up and A-ing on the second controller.
I would think so too. That
That just, to me, is the only thing that makes sense in that scenario. Just very unfortunate, because it's definitely a couple minutes of time loss. And he's going to want to re-pick up that adamant for sure, so hopefully he remembers which chest it was.
Oh, he just picked that up again.
Yeah, well,
hopefully he don't fuse behind and skip 5 chests, because that 5 chests have a ribbon.
that would be bad to skip. But if you're checking treasure here, that has to be on your list.
I mean, sometimes if you don't have warp, tends to be more valuable. Or if you fuse behind, you might.
I could understand that more if the encounters are bad, but the encounters here just aren't bad. As Sforzando clears out the Sharknado room. Well, not clears out, he leaves the one chest because you'd have to do 2 fights to get it. And we say goodbye to the vampire for the 3rd time. Oh no! Tyerenex!
Oh, that's gonna bite him.
Just unfortunate. Now, of course, he has no way to know what we know, but oh my. This means he has bypassed a ribbon, and it's the only ribbon we've found so far. That feels really bad.
Yeah, I think he feels like he lost a few minutes. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Just to respond to chat, no, he doesn't know that the ribbon is there. He didn't get to that room before. The only reason it feels bad is because of the third-party knowledge we have that the ribbon is there. And if he knew a ribbon was there, I have no doubt he would go get it. Because if it's your first ribbon, it's that important. Here goes Sforzando for Fiend number 3. Sforzando took out his first Fiend, I don't know, sometime around 40 minutes. He got the Earth Fiend at 55. Lich is down. And Earth Orb restored for Tyerenex. For Tyerenex, he got carried down at 33 minutes, Kraken fell at 56 minutes, and now the Earth Cave complete at 1 hour 2 minutes. Turn in for the Excalibur. I don't think Sforzando did he? No, he's still swinging Vorpal.
Yeah, he has not turned back in the yet.
Certainly would have helped here. Not that he needed too much, as he gets Kraken down at 103. So both runners with the first 3 orbs restored. Tiamat looms on the horizon, but Tyerenex first must go to the ice cave and retrieve the slab.
And wall is level 2, so you have plenty of wall.
That
Red
helps.
Mage to learn level 2, so it's nice. So it helps a lot.
Hey, this was double red mage seed.
You know I like double red mage, right? And I'll probably take like the red mage over the black mage flags. Yay.
I mean, the only thing you would have given up in this seed is 1 or 2 charges of temper. And there's Mossmune. So Sforzando doesn't need no Excalibur. Here goes Tyerenex for revenge against this ice cave.
Well, it looks like for Sforzando is pretty set now with wall level 2, 1 dripping. Go mode now.
So I'll be curious to see the difference in time for entry into Mirage Tower. It's about the 103 mark that Sforzando entered. Call it 104 actually. Not that much difference, but he cleared Kraken at 103, so counting for travel. Then that kind of tells us really what Tyerenex kind of lost from this ice cave the first time. Because everything else has been pretty similar between the two, other than the starting over for Earth Cave. But even that was probably only 2 minutes. Still, that's gonna feel bad at this point.
Yeah, if he lose by like around a minute, he said.
So these two runners started in pretty good sync. I mean, they had Garland down within 2 minutes. They had the Pirates down in 4 minutes. They were both to the ice cave in similar times. Actually, Tyerenex went and did Volcano first, then came to the ice cave, but they were in similar areas at the similar time. But that is where their paths diverged. And we still don't know how nasty this Temple of Fiends is going to be. Are you surprised he took the Frostwolf encounter there? Guess I'll say I'm a little surprised you would take the Frostwolf encounter and yet not get the that one room in Earth Cave. And chat, it is approaching that time. So are you rooting for a Warmex site? The Bridge of Destiny is upon us. Sforzando advances. I wonder if Tyerenex will actually do any grinding against the Eye for experience. The reason I ask that is if you feel behind, levels is one of the things that could make a difference, and there's your setup at the right time to do it. But Tyerenex says no.
Yeah, I think he feels so behind now. Not gonna go level at all. He's rushing now. I think that's what he's planning on.
Yeah, I'm just thinking if I'm pretty sure to certain that I'm behind, then I've got to do something that can actually make up time. And right now, the biggest answer to that is if I'm stronger to get through Topher in one shot versus an opponent who wipes. So it was 1 hour, 8 minutes the pickup in Ice Cave for Tyerenex. That ends up being 36 minutes behind when Sforzando did. Not really the biggest measure yet, though. The real comparison between those will be the entry into the Mirage Tower. And that's still ticking away. No more mech. Going with the wall strats. And that was a good idea. Tiamat fires off Blaze. Tyerenex makes, of course, the correct choice and leaves the Tyro alone.
What?
Left the Tyro alone?
No, you're supposed to.
They're bad for you.
They're good for you. They're
They're
great.
a colossal waste of time.
Good pun.
You waste 2-3 rounds when you could have one-shot at other things for more experience.
No, you only need one round. You have
And Tiamat is down on Sforzando's side. 1 hour, 10 minutes. About 7 minutes since he finished off Kraken. Nice quick progression, and he's pretty set for Temple of Fiends. Level 20, maybe a little on the low side. But Tyerenex is about to find the Masmune as well. It's right here on the first floor. I'll take all the Invis 2s the game will choose to give me. Another big difference right now is we've only seen the one ribbon for the game. It was in Earth Caves, Sforzando got it. Tyerenex did not. Around the world shopping. Don't buy 10 tails.
I mean, you need like 5 of those, right? Just to zap chaos, take it easy. It's a new RNG manipulation.
Alright, Tyerenex is checking the second floor of Mirage, which we did not see out of Sforzando. He's rewarded with the Sun Sword. And not much else. Here we go, the entrance to Topher happening at the 1 hour 12 minute mark. Ended up being about a 5-minute gap for Tyerenex to get into Mirage Tower.
It still depends if he feels comfortable with no ribbons. He might have to do a lot more for a ribbon.
Not going for the validation chests. But really, there's not a lot left. I mean, you'd love the 2 ribbons, but...
Oh, he did. He picked up 1,700 and 600.
Oh.
A whooping prize.
See, I need 2 monitors. I was looking at my notes again. If I don't make notes, I can't remember what time people did stuff.
Well, that's why I'm here with you, man.
Good, I guess I don't need to share the cupcakes after all.
What?
Nothing.
No. Send
Nothing.
it over. No, send it over.
The Great Nag is pretty decent source of experience, but these look a little too durable today. Oh, the black shirt, that'll go on the black wizard nicely. Actually be an upgrade from the silver bracelet.
And some elemental resistance as well. Not too bad.
Here's Lich, and there was the white shirt. That was very much available.
We have no defense sword yet, right? Exciting.
No, but we have level 1 Invis too, so...
Ah, never mind. That's a lot of them too. White shirt's not gonna help.
It's still free. I mean, I think where it makes the biggest difference is, say, against Carry or Tiamat, where maybe I wouldn't want to cast those Invis 2 charges and I could use the white shirt instead.
Oh, here goes the Fire 3 Mancat.
Yeah, 5 of them. This is what happens when you do script shuffle, folks. Meanwhile, the battle against Carry commences. Sforzando moved the ribbon over. I wonder if he's going to trade it between fights or if he's just going to keep it on Knight the rest of the way.
I mean, as long as the Knight have life.
Quad X kind of jumped the gun there. Carry 2 is down.
Alright, here comes the first gatekeeper.
This...
What do you think he will have?
Oh... Let's be a little different. Swirl. How about that?
Alright, Squirrel and Inferno. Sounds good.
Yeah, that sounds legit. You know, some of the unconventional things we don't normally see. We do see the opal bracelet picked up, though, from Tyerenex. He's kind of dancing around getting all the other good stuff that doesn't really need, but it's helpful.
It's helpful, but it's not what he wanted.
Yeah, I gotta figure this is all about him trying to find the ribbon. Alright. Kraken 2 is engaged. No word yet where he's registered at, though. He does have nuclear.
Oh boy, first nuclear, that's bad.
I think a little early to be trying Quad X. Nuke feels right here. Well, he
Oh,
gets
we
through.
Oh wow.
He through.
Wow. That was close.
You only need a little bit. And that's all he survived with. I don't think he had 50 hit points combined. The wizard's showing up. Still plenty of nastiness could be out there. We've only seen one nuclear. There's actually 4. And 2 nuke charges. But this is where you're hoping as a runner that Warmech was just loaded. And you're not going to see any of it. Of course, we also haven't seen Cure 4 out of one of the bosses yet, so that could still be an issue.
There's still 2 nuke and 1 nuclear plus Q4 left, so...
Who had the other nuke?
What?
I saw 1 nuclear. I didn't see nuke.
Yeah, I didn't see nuke. I say 2 nuke left and 1 nuclear
Okay.
left. Yeah.
3 nuclears left.
3?
Warmech has 4.
Damn. I didn't know that. I thought he just had Squirrel and Inferno, I think. I didn't know he had nuclear.
To clarify, the bosses, which are the 4 fiends revisited, Warmech and Chaos, the way the randomizer treats them is in order to make sure there's a certain level of difficulty when you come to face the final bosses, they don't shuffle their skills out into the world, they only shuffle their skills between each other. So the Warmech pool gives us 4 nuclear skills that are in the mix here. We've seen 1 out of them. There's also a nuke that comes from Chaos and a nuke that comes from Lich 2. So we've not seen those either. And that's the kind of nastiness that could still be out here, but he's through Tiamat without too much trouble. And this Sky Castle just has not been friendly time-wise to Tyerenex, really because he had to stop and he had to check all those extra treasure chests that Sforzando didn't. The good news is the experience is good, but it's just not necessarily going to help. And here we go. Chat, what is the first skill or spell you think Chaos is going to have? Get it in fast. I'm going to go with Tornado.
I'm gonna go with Inferno.
Melee on round 1 doesn't count, so you still have time. You still have a chance to get your guess in.
We see a Lit 2 and a Nuku. Alright, let's see.
Bringing out the wall strats. Good damage on that fade. Yeah, it's 2 for 2 on the melee hitting. That really helps a lot. Because he didn't one-shot the mages either. And Fire 3. I guess you were closest.
At least it was fire related.
Yeah. You got the right element. 500 damage. That's a lot of damage on this Chaos. Looks like he might be a little high on the HP. Damage poison comes out. Okay. All day in hope. There's Lit 2 for all the people guessing it. This is a concern. This is a lot of HP. Nuclear! Oh!
Oh my god.
Thanks to be right.
Oh, wow.
I said it was still a concern.
That's,
That Chaos couldn't have had that much more hit points, though. I wasn't keeping
Yeah,
it total,
I
but
think it's just-
3,000 is max.
I think just one more hit he would have gotten him, I think. Jeez.
Almost
that was-
certainly.
Jeez.
He-
Oh,
He
that's
was
gonna hurt
definitely over
though.
2,000 damage in.
Wall is not gonna help him, Fuchsia.
He had ribbon on anyways.
Yeah, it's not gonna.
Yeah, that's just a case of he's going to have to do more damage and he's going to have to hope because the way that was good RNG because of the melee attacks. If he goes into his skills, spells, abilities first, that's bad news. But yeah, the good news is for Sforzando is he's got time to do this over again. He doesn't know that.
It's gonna make the match much closer now. Next.
Yeah, it was 14 minutes difference for Tyerenex to get the Earth Orb, and it looks like he's going straight in to Topher. I mean, basically at this point, they're even. They're one encounter difference from each other. Sforzando does have a bit more knowledge. Speaking of, what, if anything, would that change for you at this point?
Well, think he might cast more as or power bomb than before, and just keep the HP of the knight like full and hope for the best. I guess that's the only way I could see how this could work out for Sforzando. And then he gotta survive the nuclear from what is it, Kraken 2 again? It was cutting really close earlier. It was just 50 HP knight, so that's something you gotta deal with too again.
Nothing is a given. And so it's going to be 126 that Tyerenex enters Temple of Beings Revisited. He decided to go for supplies and spells first, which is very reasonable. Now he's got to be looking over and thinking, okay, why isn't Sforzando done? Did he die in the ice cave the same way I did? Or is something going on in this Temple of Beings?
Or he might think the man cat with Fire 3 got him because he didn't find the any ribbon for the chest he checks.
That's a good point.
He might think of that too as well. Because I think with the regular route he only skipped 5 chests, which was the Earth. But as we know, they have a ribbon. But Tyerenex doesn't know that, so he might think Sforzando doesn't have a ribbon too as well.
Biggest difference might end up being that Tyerenex did not go see the mermaids. I mean, just statistically at this point, it'd look really likely that one ribbon is there.
Yeah, I think one ribbon and the defense sword is there.
But again, that's only with the benefit of the knowledge we have. Neither one of the runners could know that. Because Sforzando didn't check all those chests in Mirage and Sky that Tyerenex did, and Tyerenex didn't see the one in Earth Cave.
Interesting. Kraken decides to melee this instead of using nuclear.
That's not necessarily terrible. In fact, obviously that's a much better result this time. I mean, the way I see it, if the mage is going to die anyways, you'd rather the mage die on their own instead of AoE magic that's damaging your entire party. Alright, Tiamat 2. Looks like this time he didn't move the ribbon. Still on the white mage, I believe.
I think he wanted to the white mage alive. I think.
And Tiamat maybe a little more difficult this time around. Here we go, synchronized fiend fights. But Sforzando is through. I'm a big fan of saying don't take that next step until you heal up, because you never know that you won't take an encounter, and then, oh, that's exactly what happens.
Yeah, especially in Tower of Fiend. Take that next.
It's the kind of nasty, unrunnable encounter, but
Yeah,
the vampires aren't doing too much here.
but at least it's only 4 vampires instead of 8. That would have been bad. Or 7.
Another encounter. Just couldn't get off that floor. Here we go, Sforzando. Chaos. Round 2. Fight! This time he does move the ribbon. Full shield better absorb. I probably would have only had one person doing Viz 2 here and done wall otherwise, because it's the spells I'm worried about.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't do fast on.
Well, of course he does that then, but that tells me there's enough in Viz 2s anyways. Alright, we know the nuke is in the list for Chaos. And unfortunately, it's the one after Poison, so this is bad. Does he have heal 3? Does he have 2 heal 3s? Does he have no heal 3s? Does it not even matter because Chaos won't give you the time to cast it? Get that Cure 4 off. You can. Now I feel like this is pretty good shape to be in.
I think this is a good shape so far. As long as.
Yeah, we know the damage poison is coming around again before we get back to that nuclear. The concern would be is if he has another nuclear in the ability list.
Yeah, we still haven't seen the spell list. What did I mention? Stop. He did cast.
But he could also take another nuclear if that's all he takes. If he takes another high damage thing, that could be a concern. Got it. GG Sforzando.
GG for Sforzando. I think he was up like really close.
And look how close this ends up being, because Tyerenex is here on Tiamat too. So there is nothing just given to you at this stage of the Swiss rounds. Tyerenex was hot on the heels of Sforzando if anything had gone wrong. And there was plenty that could go wrong.
Yeah, especially if that nuclear or poison go high. Would have been so bad.
But also bear in mind, Tyerenex is trying to do this without a ribbon. So that part doesn't feel good. Oh, chat saying he didn't get wall. He did not. That's going to feel really bad without a ribbon.
That poison's gonna hurt.
Sforzando, GG.
GG for Sforzando. Good game, man.
That was, oh man, that was a little rougher than it should have been.
Hey, Chaos has to prove why he's the final boss once in a while.
I really thought I had him on the ropes there.
Well, we figure you had to be within another hit when he killed you first time. Chat said they thought you had 2,400 damage in, so he couldn't have had that much more. So if you had to guess what the biggest difference between your runs was, what do you think it would have been?
I'm imagining. I guess one of the only things that was a variant slightly is going up to that room in Earth before, like doing Earth after Volcano, going up to the room of Earth before, and going, oh, here's a ribbon. I don't need anything else.
Oh no! Chaos with the stun blocks the cure for it, and then he takes out the white mage. But that's enough. Tyerenex GG 135.08.
40 HP left. Good game, Tyerenex. Wow, that was close.
What's with you two in this low HP? I mean, that Kraken 2 the first time. You had like 50 HP between the two people who survived.
I had it all in the bag. I locked out that Kraken 2, had definitely less than 800 hit points.
Tyerenex has decided not to join us. That's fine. That was a rough one to get through. So, a couple big things happened in the run. You are correct that you got the only ribbon we saw this game. Between the two of you, that was the only ribbon we found. Big thing happened was you were able to get through Ice Cave the first time, and Tyerenex had to go back.
Oh yeah, Ice Cave was a little rough with the Frost Wraiths that were part of a pack that were unrunnable too, I think. Oh no, that was last game. Never mind. But still, the Frost Wraiths were pretty common, yeah.
Yeah, they were. And then there was also an unfortunate incident in Earth Cave where Tyerenex reset. I think that was related to the second controller up A. But then after that wipe, he was hot on your heels. He was on Tiamat 2 at the time.
Yeah, I knew that I really did not have any room for error on the second pass through, because I knew it's like just about all of these matches, the competition's really good. And so if you take a wipe in Temple of Fiends, just assume the other person's already in Temple of Fiends and right behind you. And so he really couldn't have been that far out of Temple of Fiends if he hadn't been already.
So anything else big about this seed stick out to you?
The start was very interesting. Ship to, Crown TNT. I kind of like that start because it's a little slower, a little more paced, I think, than the jet seeds that we have seen.
3-1 has some interesting competition in there. What are you thinking going forward?
I don't know, to be honest, because just about everybody in the 3-1 bracket is pretty well top tier, and I definitely know that I have my work cut out for me next week.
So it's okay. You get me next week. It's gonna be free.
There's a lot of competition at 3-1. Even we were talking about kind of how the 2-1 bracket was kind of the group of death, and so everybody that moves up from that bracket to 3-1, and then all those who are already 3-0, there's no slouches at 3-0, and so definitely those that took a loss to even stiffer competition. So I know that we're all kind of vying for that first round bye, if you will.
I thought one of the interesting things about your matchup going into this, you actually had an opponent in common. You'd both faced Sforzando.
You mean Fuchsia?
You mean Fuchsia? Yeah.
Sorry, I tried to do two things at once. That doesn't work out for me.
Yeah, I actually did. I did find that out. That is a little interesting that Fuchsia's handing out losses like they're candy.
It's okay. I might be next in the candy list.
Well, but that's good for you. So you like candy, right?
I like cookies. Do they consider cookies candy?
Well, they're both kind of sweet.
I guess
Alright.
so. With chocolates, they're candy pretty much. Agreed.
Well, we have another races coming up here before long. In 20 minutes here on Randomizer 2, Hangry Canuck is taking on Split Punched. Either one of you got thoughts about that race?
I know Hangry Canuck's going to have his work cut out for him. I definitely know Split's another one of those 2-in-1s that I don't want to see in the next round. And so expect lots of meme strats and a whole lot of good luck on his part. I just know it.
Well, Mono, anything else to say?
No, just want to say thanks to Randomizer for hosting. They have been like really great to our community. That's pretty much it.
I'll echo that. I'll also say specifically thank you to Ryu, who stepped in here on very short notice to do the restreaming for us, and it's greatly appreciated. Also, thank you, Slick, for doing the tracking. It's a lot to keep up with, and did a great job for us today. And thank you to each and every one of you who decided to spend part of your afternoon with us here as part of the Final Fantasy Randomizer Tournament. I'm Trenton. Thank you all. Have a great rest of the day.